If you've ever tried to quit porn and you still relapse, it's usually not a willpower problem. It's 3 fixable mistakes, and I'll show you each one and the exact replacement habit that works this week. And the only reason I know this is because for 10 years, I battled and battled and battled an addiction with pornography. And I thought it was gonna stay with me for life. And it wasn't until I found out the exact strategy on how to quit, and I was able to help 300 men do the exact same thing. But now I finally feel qualified enough to share with you the top 3 mistakes that are keeping you addicted. And after you find that out, if you stick around to the end, I'll show you the exact method that I teach my one-on-one people to break free, so that way you can start breaking free as well. The first mistake that I made, and that I've seen literally hundreds and thousands of men make, is they fall victim to relying on willpower and willpower alone. Just relying on self-discipline, and believe me, you can be disciplined in a lot of areas in your life, in your business, in your health, and your wealth. But this is just one area that bypasses all of the discipline in the world. For most people, because going back to pornography is just an access problem and a habit problem. It's not a character flaw. Okay, you can't discipline your way out of this when it's built into your psychology. So let me explain something really quick. Most people turn back to pornography because they feel an emotion, and that emotion could be overwhelmed. It could be overwhelmed from work, it could be stressed out with family, it could be sadness or loneliness. And when you feel that certain emotion, and you have such easy access to make that pain go away with adult content, or even soft porn on Instagram or TikTok or Twitter or anything like that, your brain is just gonna choose the easiest path to make you feel better. So it's just trying to help you, but it's literally destroying you in the process. And the hard part is, whenever you're deep into the porn urges and you're just so focused on trying to make yourself feel better, it's almost like your brain gives you tunnel vision, and it doesn't let you see another way out. It doesn't let you see another way to make yourself feel better besides the P word. And that's why this cycle is so dangerous. And honestly, the shitty part about willpower is it does work for a week. And then it makes you feel that it can work later on. But willpower is not a strategy, it's a battery. And when that battery runs out, maybe when it's you're late at night, or you're really stressed, or you're really tired, it becomes very easy for willpower to run out and for you to go back into your old habits and right back into pornography. And like I said, the tricky part is, because willpower works for a couple of days, you think to yourself, okay, this works, maybe it'll be different this time. But it never is, and it never will be, because willpower alone is never going to be able to free you. And mistake number 2 is trying to stop without actually replacing the habit. Because it's very easy to replace a habit, but it's nearly impossible to just delete one. And here's the thing, porn is just filling an emotion. It's just filling a need. So you can't leave that emotion, or you can't leave that need unattended to. You must find something to replace it. It's kind of like eating, right? You can eat junk food from McDonald's and fast food every single day because you're hungry, or you can eat the healthy version. You can have protein-filled meals. You can have meal preps with vegetables and carbs and the right amount of food. Because you need to fulfill the need. You need to eat. It just depends on how you actually fulfill it. Because here's the thing, same thing with porn, same thing with food. It's not like you can just remove it completely. It's very hard to just quit porn cold turkey. Just like it's hard to not eat food for a long period of time. You can't do that, right? You need to find a way to replace that urge. And for me, it was simple. I would go back to pornography every single time I was bored, or a lot of times I would go back because I was feeling overwhelmed. So I thought to myself, how can I fulfill this emotion? How can I fulfill this need? How can I relieve the stress? How could I not be alone? And you know what I did every single time the urge started? I hit up my friend and I said, hey, I'm going on a bike ride. Do you want to come with me? So for 15, 20 minutes, we would go on a bike ride. And when he wasn't available, I just popped in my headphones and went on a bike ride by myself. And that urge completely disappeared. Until it got to the point where I didn't even need to do the bike ride. I didn't even need to go on walks anymore. Because most of the time, I know that if I just wait a couple of more minutes, the urge is going to go away. Because over time, when you resist and you overcome that urge, it doesn't really become a battle anymore. You're already trained to overcome it. And mistake number 3 is you're not keeping any data and you're just guessing. Imagine you're driving a car and it doesn't even show how fast you're going. Like, how dangerous would that be for everybody on the road, right? So we need to keep track of the numbers. How often are we getting the urges throughout the day? Is it 2 times a day? Is it 7 times a day? We need to know this. And we need to know exactly how many urges we're overcoming as well, so we can see the improvement and we can see what needs improvement. So not only are we tracking how often we get the urges, but we're also going to track the trigger. So that means we're going to track where we are whenever we get that trigger. We're going to track what app we're using whenever we get that emotion. What are we actually feeling when we get the urge? Where are you at? You need to track a lot of different things, okay? So we need to know these details before we can actually make the strategic changes. So just to put this all together, and after this, I'll show you how to actually break free from porn. The top 3 biggest mistakes are relying on willpower alone, trying to delete the habit and not replacing it, and last but not least is you don't have your numbers and you're not having your data. So how are we actually going to fix this? So number 1 is we're not going to use willpower as a plan. We're going to use it as the last resort. And second is we need to figure out how we can feel that emotion without going back to pornography. But we need to understand what the emotion is. So do you relapse when you feel angry or tired or alone or overwhelmed? You need to understand what it is. That's step 1. And once you understand it, then you can ask yourself the deep question of how can I fulfill that need? How can I fulfill that emotion? How can I make myself feel better without using pornography? Is it talking to a friend? Is it going on a walk? Is it exercising? Is it just giving yourself a quick slap in the face and asking yourself, what kind of man do I want to be? That's helped me a lot. And last but not least, we need to get your numbers down. We need to understand how often you're getting triggered. We need to understand when and where you're getting triggered and what feeling you're feeling when it comes up. All right? And all of this is great. And you can use this exact video to help you quit pornography. But I get it. It's freaking hard. So if you want more personalized help and you're sick and tired of being in this cycle and you want to break free for good, we can hop on a one-on-one root session call where we go over your exact situation and how to break you free from pornography for good. So if you're tired of being in the cycle, click the link below and let's talk.